Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for meeting me here. I am your host, I am your coach. This is Straight Talk with Shelia. Come on in the room, come on in the room, come on in the room. I'm excited to meet you here. I appreciate all the new people that have joined the Ignited Tribe. Feel free to comment, feel free to DM me, reach out to me, ask questions, feel free to connect with others in the tribe. Our purpose here is for personal development and developing your mental fitness so you can move from surviving to thriving. You're growing through, you're not just going through. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited to be here. I love this space. I was born for this. I was created for this. This thing, what I do, is an assignment. This thing, what I do, is a ministry. This thing, what I do, is kingdom focus. Why? Because I get to pour into your lives. I get to help people make shifts in their lives and make a difference. I get to help people get out of their not enough story. I get to help people to move from self-doubt to believing, to trusting in who they are and the gifts that they have on the inside. I get to point people back to the power within. I get to. And I'm so excited about all the things that I get to do. I get to inspire people. I get to help people reshape their mind as to how they think about challenges that they face. I get to help people build their resilience muscle. I get to do that. And I'm so excited for this space. So let's jump right in. As we focus on the month of April, April was a theme that we use as a reminder to grow through it. With all here in the United States, spring start in the month of April. And I love growth, the idea of seeing new plants coming out of the ground, bursting through the darkness, bursting through all the things that could have got in their way. Yet they come through. Spring is a time to realize all that's within you. All winter, everything was dormant. Some trees look dead. But in the spring, they start to get little, leaves on them, little flowers coming out, reminding that they still had what they needed on the inside of them. And I love that we can use that parallel and that metaphor of nature and of spring to tap into your life, to make sure you're different, to make sure you're growing through it, to make sure you're not being tripped up by your not enough story, but you can change the way you think, the way you look at things, so you can change. That's a quote from Wayne Dyer. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. And that's what I'm about. I'm about helping you to change how you see things, how you see your life, how you see your mistakes, how you see the things that tripped you up, the detours, the mess that you made, the mess that others may have caused you. How to look at it, how to let that go. Spring is an opportunity to shake that off and recognize that you can grow through it. As we talked about the journey of spring, we talked about the lessons that we learned. We embraced growth. We also found ways to tap into the areas in our personal lives that we need to grow. And I'm so glad that we have been able to see what's starting to grow or what has grown over these past 4 weeks. What has changed for you? The progress that you've seen, what makes you excited, and what's opening up to you about what's next, what's available to you. Because here's the thing, growing is just starting now. But you have summer that's coming that you need to allow the growth that started now to show up and shine through. What next? What's next for you? Start thinking about that. As we summarize today, I'm summarizing the things that we touched upon. And I want to give you just 3 quick, simple steps to celebrate your growth, because we got to pause and celebrate. Everything you do, when you hit those markers, you need to pause and to celebrate. Celebration is good for your soul. Celebration is energy. Celebration is you pouring back into your cup. Celebration is you realizing that thing, it was getting in my way, but I found a way around it. I found a way over it. I found a way through it. I grew through it. So the three things that I want you to take from this talk today. Number one, reflect on your achievements. Yeah. Not just check the box that, yes, I did that, done. You do that, yes. But what I want you to do is to use reflection to pause and look in the box. Look in the box. Why? Because there's something in that box for you. There's nutrients in that box. That box that you powered through. You were brave enough to do that thing. You were brought in the room to be a member at the table. You were brought into the organization to lead that team. You were brought in the family to be a mother to those children, to be a father to those children, to lead in your family, to lead in the community. What are those achievements that you have? What are those gifts that you have? What are those learnings that you were able to get? You put in the time and the effort. You lacked sleep. You pushed through it. You grew through it. Pause and look in the box. Don't just check the box. Look in the box. Because what's in that box is for you. It's for you to remind yourself as to why you're in the room, why you're leading that team, why you are showing up in that space. Know that what's in the box belongs to you. It is so important that we pause for the cause and that we recognize that there are moments that we have got to, recognize what was different, what we are proud of. Hey, Mac Patty, what are those things that made the difference for you? That's number one. Reflect on your achievements. And one of the things that I say that I get to do is coach clients, and I have clients in global spaces all over the world in different industry, different fields. And one of the things that I recognize that a lot of them struggle from is imposter syndrome. What that is sometimes they get into the space where there may be one woman in that area or in that field or in that company that's overshadowed by a lot of men. So in other words, they're in an engineering field or a tech field that is mostly men, and they're among one or two or three women or a small minority of women. And they wonder, why am I in this space? Why am I in the room? And sometimes their voice gets minimized by the testosterone in the room. And as a coach, I get to get in the space with them and remind them of who they are in that space. That their talent brought them to that space. That their gifts brought them to that space. That their learning brought them to that space. They're who they are as the powerhouse of who they are. They didn't get there by accident. It's not a fraud. They're not tripping up. They're not in a dream. They are awakened to the power of what's in them that brought them to that room. And this is what this space is all about for me, to remind you of the power that's within you, sir. The power that's within you, ma'am. Stop minimizing your mistakes. Stop minimizing the things that you worked through. The things that came to trip you up, now you are kicking it out the way. The distractions that came, now you're powering through. Walk in your power, identify your power, and know that those achievements, those gifts, those talents are not just for you. They were given to you by God so that you can show up in the spaces that you're in. And sometimes you have men in industry that they're in the minority and they feel like, oh my God, I'm here. I'm at the table with CEOs and FEOs and COOs and all these O's. And they're like, I'm young, I'm in my 20s, I'm in my 30s. These spaces are usually for people who are old in their 40s and 50s, and they get nervous. But I get in the game with them and I remind them of who they are and the power that's within them. And I need you to tap into your power and know that your gifting is not just for you. It's to identify your tribe and the people and the spaces you were called to serve. That's number one. Number two, recognize your strength. Yes. You got to recognize your strength, right? This here, what I'm doing is my strength. Speaking, communication, reminding people of who they are and their power within is my gift. That's my purpose. That's what was put down in me to give. Encouragement is a gift. It's a spiritual gift that was given to me to remind me of my strength. That's where I'm strong. And to help those who are weak in this area to stand up, to stand tall and power through. When you remind yourself of your strength and you don't hang out in your limitations, you don't hang out in your weaknesses, you don't hang out in those things that self-doubt is reminding you of, that limiting belief is calling you to, when you can ride over it, when you can power through it and hold on to your strength and say, this right here, this is who I am, and I'm going to do it and do it scared no matter what, because I'm on assignment. You know that you're on assignment. Your strength is that assignment that was given to you to give to others and to make a difference. When you come on my campus and join teams with me, you'll be asked about this and you're introduced to the Strength Finder. This is a book that I have used for myself to identify my strengths. When I was trying to figure out coaching, what that may look like, who I am, what are my talents, what areas am I good at? It's important that you know what areas you're strong in, right? How you show up, so that you know who are the people that you need to serve, how you show up in your workspace, how you show up in your family. Like I tell my children that they were given to me as gift for me to practice on them, so now I can do the thing that I do now. Because what I do here, I do for my children, I'm doing for my grandchildren, but it first started with me. Me identify who I am, my strength, my gifts, my talent, and what I'm here for. Not just talent, but talents. What are my gifts? When you have your strength, these are things that called you to be brave. What are the things that called you to be kind, to be loving, to be determined, to say to you, I will continue to grow through this situation? What are you growing through? Celebrate that. Celebrate your growth. Patty, let me know how you're celebrating out there, the areas that you're overcoming, the areas that you're powering through, the areas where you may be a minority in that space. The areas you may be a surprise in the space that, oh my God, how did I get here? What am I doing here? And anyone else that will hear on the replay, tell me how you're showing up bolder, bigger, braver in the space that you're called to, knowing that this is who you are. When you've identified your strength, you show up like a rock star. I had the privilege of meeting a new client yesterday. She's from the country of Serbia. And it's just a beautiful connection that we have made. She has chosen me as her coach. I'm chosen, y'all. And so are you. You need to know that you're chosen. And I'm chosen to meet people smack dab in the middle of their mess, of their chaos, of their overwhelm, and to help them point to possibility, to help them point to thriving and get out of the mode of surviving. This woman, she's a clinical pharmacologist. Yeah, y'all, that's a whole mouthful. She understands medicine and how the pharmacy, how they create medicine, how medicine impact the body. She's good at it. She knows how the numbers work and the chemistry behind it. And she shared her journey of leaving Serbia, coming to America with just a knapsack on her back, saying yes to herself, betting on herself, and celebrating all the way. Every no that she got, how she pushed through it. Every diagnosis she got, because she was pushing so much, she got sick, knowing that she can heal herself and believe in the power and the gifting of what's on the inside. She's on assignment. She knows that she was created to be in the space of medicine, understanding at the molecular level what she's here for, what her strengths are. And now she connects with me to build out some things in her leadership, in her communication, so she can become the best version of the woman she is already and what she sees that she can be. There's more in you. There's more for you. There's nothing wrong with being contented where you are for a season. But if you're being nudged, if you're being disturbed and being relegated and being pointed to and saying, girl, there's more in you. There's more for you to do. There's some people waiting on you. Go for it. Sir, there's more in you. There's more for you to do. Go for it. So find the area of your strength and hire in the area of your limitations, or learn. Find out where you are limited and get a book, get a seminar, get a webinar. Come on my campus. Let me help you see what's in the area of your limitation so that you can power through your strength. And 3, the third point is express gratitude. We've got to express gratitude. Gratitude is a gift. It's a gift that interrupts your not enough story. Being grateful for what you already have. Being grateful for what's already in your cup. Being grateful for what's already in your box, because what's in your cup is for you. You serve, I serve, we serve from the overflow, what's in our saucer. Knowing what your strengths are, knowing the people that you're called to serve, knowing that that table that you're at, you may be the youngest, you may be the oldest, you may be the only woman, you may be the only man, you may be the only minority, you may be the only person from the Caribbean or from whatever country that you're from. You may be the only, but hear me and hear me well. You were called to it. There's an assignment on you, each and every one of you. There's so much going on in the world. Don't get distracted. Finding gratitude help you to stay posted. You need prayers, yes. Let me know what I can pray for you with, McPatty, and I will reach out to you after this call. Because I'm a woman of faith. I'm a woman of prayer. We may need to lean in and pray for one another. What are your gifts? One of my gifts is praying. I'm a spiritual being, and so are you. Tap into your power, what's in there. What are your limitations? That's a question to answer. And answer it well. What are your strengths? And go there and go there often. Matter of fact, that's where you build your tent. That's where you build your house of concrete. That means you won't be moving back and forth. Right? It's important that you know, if someone encouraged you, pause and be grateful for that. If you were able to encourage somebody, to give someone a smile, that is something to be grateful for. What difference are you making? How are you showing up with impact in your home, in your community, in your workspace, in your friend circle? There are a lot of people, and if I start to call names, I'm going to get in trouble. The reality is that there are people who invested in me, in my gifts, in my ministry, in my business. They know that I'm on a mission. They value who I am. And as they pour into me, I'm pouring into you. I'm pouring into you. I'm on assignment in this space. It's important that we appreciate our gifts, our talents, the things that we have overcome, the things that we have grown through, and know that these things that you have grown through is not just for you. It's for you for a season, for a time, to buoy you up, to make you stronger, to give you resilience and courage and help you to bounce back. But hear me and hear me well. Once you have realized that now you're stronger, it is time to share that, to give that to somebody else. Is it a niece? Is it a nephew? Is it someone that's sitting right next to you in the next cuticle? Is it your boss? It's okay to manage up, because sometimes we forget that people that are in front of us, that are over us, that are past us, they go through stuff too, and they may need your encouragement. They may need your help. They may need you to step into the space where you see something that you can give them, that you can help them with, because you're good at that. You're SME in that. You're the subject matter expert at that. You're the expert at that. They need you on their team. They need you. Identify who you are in this season of spring. As you celebrate your wins, celebrate what you have learned about yourself, the things you have overcame, And now, who can you give those to? Who can you serve with those things? Who can you make an impact with? I'm on a mission, and so are you. So help me to help you. Come out of this cocoon. Come out of this where you're hiding, and recognize your gifts and help you to move from surviving to thriving. And I'll end with this. Think of the butterfly. The butterfly would have never been and will never be unless it goes through the process of the metamorphosis. Go through the metamorphosis process. It's painful. They've got to go through that dark place and turn and turn and turn until over time they're birthed into this beautiful butterfly. There's a beautiful butterfly waiting on the inside of you. Look within. It's in there. And if you struggle, this is where I come in as your coach, as your sister, as your tour guide, to help you see what's within you. That there are people waiting on you. It could be your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your colleague, the community, but somebody is waiting for you. Identify who those people are and identify the stage of where you're at as the caterpillar, and know that through that process, if you don't give up, if you don't give in, you will become that beautiful butterfly that those who are assigned to you are waiting on. I am your coach. I am your sister. As we celebrate growth, find that thing, that language that you learned during the season, that word that you learned, the friendship that you develop, find that skill that you develop and celebrate it. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate the areas where you're strong and lean in. And now that you're strengthened in that area, share it with somebody and be grateful for it. I'm grateful for each and every one of you that have joined this tribe recently, that talk back to me, that have been here a while. It's time to shake off those things that's holding you back and walk into the power of your possibilities. Have a great day, and God bless you. Bye-bye. I meet you here